Hi guys. Sorry. So you are all very welcome. One or two might be arriving late, but I'm going to just get started anyway. So hi. The only thing that I'm going to do different in terms of the mantra this evening is I'm going to get you to sit up before Shavasana. Now you can have your eyes closed and you can just practice your breathing and you don't have to join in again. And I'm going to start the mantra then, and then whenever you like, I'll remind you of this in a while. You can go into the closing Shavasana, because I just feel that when I sing it at the end of the Shavasana, it might kind of interrupt the relaxation a little bit. Okay, so to get started, we're lying down on our back. Moving into opening Shavasana. So remembering that you can lie in whichever position is most comfortable for you. We're coming into the traditional shape. Usually your arms are by your side, palms facing up. And your feet are nice and wide, allowing them to fall gently out to the side. To create a length at the back of the neck, you're lifting your head, just gently tucking the chin down towards the chest and resting the back of the head back down onto the mat. Imagine that you're tucking your shoulder blades down your back slightly as well. And just taking your time. If you have just joined the class, there's no rush. We're just moving into opening Shavasana. Allowing your body to be completely relaxed and comfortable. Keeping your eyes gently closed. And we'll just take the next few minutes to become aware. You can focus your awareness on anything from the sensations in your body to the sounds or smells around you. So building more of an introspective connection. So going inwards, becoming aware of what is happening within the body. Maybe noticing your breath. Are you breathing with ease, slow and steady? Or is your breath a little bit faster, a little bit more shallow? And noticing your energy. Becoming aware of what you are bringing to the mat or to your practice this evening. No judgment. No trying to change how you feel. Just noticing. And just take a moment to check in with how you are feeling emotionally. Again, there is no wrong or right. Just allowing whatever you notice to be. And when you're ready, bend into your knees and plant your feet. But bringing your feet out nice and wide and allowing your knees to just fall in, maybe resting against each other. And rest your hands on your rib cage. So make sure that your elbows or the back of the arms are resting on the ground. And you're gently interlacing your fingers or placing your hands above the rib cage. Keeping the eyes gently closed, keeping the face and the shoulders soft. Breathing in and out of your nose, if that's comfortable for you. And now consciously lengthening the breath. Long, steady inhales. Smooth, slow exhales all the way out. And just follow your breath in and out of the body here as you breathe. Notice your ribcage flaring as you inhale. And as you exhale, really making an effort to release the full breath out, allowing the ribs to fully collapse down, squeezing all of the air out. And keep on going. Notice as you squeeze the air out, you're almost tucking the rib cage in, squeezing the diaphragm, the tummy. Just take 2 to 3 more breaths here like this. And in your own time, come back to your regular breath. And gently roll onto your right hand side, using your right arm as a pillow, keeping the face soft and your eyes gently closed. And slowly bringing yourself up to a seated position. Again, keeping the eyes closed if you can. Or crossing at the ankles. And bringing your hands together in front of our chest. Feeling your thumbs connect to the breastbone. Inhale. And exhale, release through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, letting go through the mouth. Last one. Rolling your shoulders up, back and down, sitting up nice and tall. So opening this evening's class with one Om. Inhale for Om. And when you're ready, bowing your head, namaste. So you're all very welcome. We'll come straight over the legs into child's pose. Well, we're coming into a child's pose position. So you're bringing the toes together, sitting your hips down on your heels, but make sure that you're bringing the knees out nice and wide. Excuse me. And just gently shifting side to side, kind of allowing the hips to come into this position. And then you're coming forward onto your hands, spreading your fingers and just gently gripping the mat. So we're moving kind of into a cat-cow, but from child's pose legs. So take an inhale first. And as you exhale, you're rounding the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest. As you inhale, arching the spine, lifting the chest, lifting the chin, drawing the shoulder blades back towards each other. And exhale as you round. Inhale as you arch the spine, lift the chin. And exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale as you round. We'll take 2 more rounds. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When you fully exhale, keep the spine rounded. You can breathe normally here. And then gently bring the chin over to the left shoulder. Take your time, stretching into the neck. And bringing the chin back through the center and all the way over to the right shoulder. In your own time, moving the chin from the left all the way back to the right again. Noticing any areas of tension in the body. And when you're ready, coming back into the center. Walking the arms out in front of you, coming down into a wide-legged child's pose. So you're reaching the arms forward, either resting the forehead down on the mat, or crossing the arms, resting your forehead down on your hands. Wherever you are, taking nice deep breaths. Lengthening your inhales and exhales to about 3 to 4 seconds each. And one more full round. And lift your forehead off the mat. So from here, we're going to bring our right hand all the way over to the left side. So you're reaching the torso, kind of lifting the torso almost out from the hip. And you can bring your left palm down onto the ground. And then from here, you're reaching with the right arm, but gently pressing into the left hand as you slightly twist the torso. Taking a few breaths here, breathing nice and deep into the side body. Trying to keep the hips anchored. And one more breath. Slowly coming all the way back through the center and bringing the left hand all the way over to the right side. Bringing the right palm down, gently press into the right palm as you almost twist the shoulders, just ever so slightly. Keeping the left hip anchored. A deep stretch into the left-hand side of the body here. One more breath. When you're ready, slowly coming back into the center. From here, coming into tabletop. So make sure your wrists are below your shoulders, your knees are below your hips. And moving into cat-cow here from tabletop. Inhale as you lift the chin, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. You're dropping the tummy. As you exhale, tucking the tailbone, really arching the spine, tucking the chin. Inhale, lift the tailbone, drop the tummy, lift the chest and chin. And as you exhale, really rounding out the spine, tucking the tailbone, tucking the chin. So moving with your own breath, but make the movement and the breath as long as possible. On your next inhale, slowly coming back into the center. So from here, just tuck your toes under or curl your toes under. Really press into the toes. Grip the mat with your fingers. So press into the mat and just lifting your knees. You're hovering the knees off the ground. So putting a nice bit of weight still into your fingers here. Feeling this in the wrists. Maybe the thighs. The front of the body. One more breath. Keeping the toes tucked, dropping the knees, inhale, lifting the chin, lifting the chest. And exhale, coming back, lifting the knees, but this time we're rounding the spine. And breathing here. Make sure you're only hovering the knees, not lifting them up too high. And when you're ready, dropping the knees, untucking the toes, and bringing the hips back down onto the heels. So from here, we'll just gently wake up the wrists. So you're just sitting back on the heels. You can bring your right elbow to the right side. So you're really pinning the elbow to the side. And just hold onto the right forearm with the left hand. And from here, point your fingertips down towards the ground. Keep your shoulders nice and soft. And then try and draw a circle, but only moving from the wrists with your fingertips. So you're drawing circles with the fingertips here. Nice and slowly. And going in the opposite direction. So you're warming up the wrists and then the muscles in the forearms as well. One more full circle here in this direction. Well done, and giving the hand a bit of a shake. And doing the same with the left arm. So you're tucking the left elbow into the side of the left ribs, holding onto the left forearm with the right arm, and then keeping the fingers together. Point your fingers down towards the ground, soften the shoulders, and then just drawing circles with the fingertips, trying to keep the forearm level, so moving from the wrist here. It looks simple, but I find this quite tricky. One more full circle in this direction. And then swapping directions. Trying to keep your thumb tucked in as well. I'm just giving the left hand a bit of a shake out. So from here, we're going to press back into downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the knees, lifting the hips, downward facing dog. Pushing the chest back towards the thighs. Your ears are in between your upper arms. And then gently pedaling the feet left and right, nice and slowly stretching into the back of the legs. And then finding stillness in your downward facing dog, you're lifting the tailbone. Taking a couple of breaths here. And then from here, coming onto your toes, and then dropping your heels to the right hand side. So you're stretching to the outside of the left body, maybe taking a bend into the knees. You can almost twist the chest through, looking under your left arm or armpit up towards the ceiling. So just finding what feels comfortable for you here, stretching to the side of the left body. It might feel a little bit nicer to keep the left leg straight and bend into the right knee. Inhale, coming back through the center. Excuse me. And exhale, dropping the heels to the left side. Again, bending into the knees. You might keep the right leg straight, bending into the left leg. Gently twisting the chest through, maybe looking under the armpit up towards the ceiling. And slowly coming back into the center. We're going to come through a little bit of a flow with downward facing dog. So inhale, coming onto your toes, rolling forward into high push-up or high plank. And make sure that you drop the hips, tucking your tailbone, squeezing your glutes. You're lifting the chest. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Inhale. Exhale to lower down. You have the option to drop your knees. Either way, you're bending into the elbows, lowering the full body down onto the ground, pointing the toes. Inhale, lifting the chest, rolling the shoulders back. Low Cobra. And exhale, pushing back through your hands, through the knees, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. And just taking a moment to come down onto your knees, I just want to show you the option of taking upward facing dog. So when you lower down onto your tummy, if you drop your knees, that's fine. The options are you can either come into low cobra or you can come into upward facing dog. So if you're coming into upward facing dog, you're really engaging the quadriceps, so the front of the legs, pressing the tops of the feet into the ground. You're pressing into your hands, pushing up, squeezing the glutes, making sure that your thighs, knees, and hips are off the ground, and you're lifting your chest. So then when you're coming back into downward facing dog, you don't have to drop your knees, you're rolling over the toes and pressing back up. Okay, so they're just a couple of different options. So when you're ready, pressing back into downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling over the toes, coming forward into plank, squeezing the glutes, tucking the tailbone, lifting the chest. Take one full breath here. Inhale. As you exhale, lowering down, option to drop the knees. Either way, you're shaving the elbows by the side body, pointing the toes. Inhale, lifting the chest, low cobra, or pressing into your hands, pushing up into upward facing dog, squeezing the glutes, lifting the chest. Exhale, coming back through tabletop or rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rolling forward to plank, squeezing the glutes, tucking the tailbone. Exhale, bending the elbows, lowering all the way down. Inhale as you lift the chest, shoulders back, low cobra or upward facing dog, lifting the chest, looking up. Exhale, back through tabletop, otherwise rolling over your toes, downward facing dog. Breathing in. And breathing out. You'll do it one more time. Inhale, rolling over the toes, high plank. Exhale as you lower down, really taking your time. Pointing the toes. Inhale as you lift up, opening the front of the body, lifting up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Looking forward to your hands, deep bend in the knees. You're walking your feet up to the top of the mat. Your feet are hip width distance apart, allowing yourself to kind of hang or fall over your legs and ragdoll. You can circulate the wrists if you're feeling that here. And keeping your arms nice and heavy, head is heavy. Giving your head a little bit of a shake, no and an odd yes, making sure it's completely loose. And maybe cupping your elbows. Taking a few breaths here. Moving into another kind of synchronized breath movement as we inhale, bringing your hands up our shins, coming into half lift, lifting the chest, lifting the chin. Nice slow breathing. As you exhale, you're bending into the knees, kind of folding over, bringing your arms to the back of the legs, hugging the body down, tucking the chin. Inhale, half lift, bringing your hands to your shins, lifting the chest and chin. Exhale, sliding down, hugging the chest, tucking the chin. Inhale. Really lengthening the breath now. Exhale. Squeezing, letting go. Do 2 more full rounds in your own breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back into plank and lowering down, taking your time, elbows close to the body. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Just taking one full breath here. Inhale, you have the option to lift the right leg up, or another option is just to look up towards the hands, and this is called a tiger curl as you float forward, squeezing the knee towards the nose. Either way, you're planting the right foot down in between the hands, taking your time. So make sure that the knee is above the ankle, your back leg is nice and strong, and you can stay on the back left toes. So from here, stay on the fingertips and lift the chest. Keep the hips down. When you're ready, float off the fingertips slightly, reaching the arms back behind you. Imagine that you're squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up, bringing your arms above your shoulders or palms together, looking up. So your back heel can still be lifted, or you can plant the foot down, toes facing away from the body. Make sure you keep your hips square to the front edge of the mat. Breathing in. As you breathe out, bending into the elbows, coming into cactus arms so the elbows are level with the shoulders. You're squeezing the chest through, bringing the shoulder blades back towards each other. As you inhale, reaching the arms behind you, either holding onto your wrists or interlacing your fingers, squeezing your palms, squeezing your shoulder blades. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale, coming into humble warrior. So you might just gently float the chest forward, staying here. Or if you like, you can come all the way down, aiming to get, wobbly, the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee or right thigh, tucking the chin. Bringing the arms up and away from the body. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Well done, almost there, reaching your arms up. And exhale, planting the hands and just stepping straight back into downward facing dog. Just giving the legs a little bit of a shake if you need. And we'll do the same on the left side. Inhale, either raise the left leg, otherwise looking up towards your hands, tiger curl, bringing the knee towards the nose. Planting the left foot down, knee above the ankle, coming onto the fingertips, you're lifting the chest. So before you come up, make sure that your left leg is nice and strong. You're pushing it out through the right heel. Inhale, floating the hands, reaching the arms back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades, leaning forward. And coming all the way up, hands above your shoulders, your palms together, looking up. Taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, bending into the elbows. Again, you're squeezing the shoulder blades and lifting the chest through, looking straight ahead. As you inhale, reaching the arms back behind you. Exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Inhale as you lift the chest. You can stay here. Otherwise, exhale, fold forward, dipping the chest down. Think about bringing the chest on the left-hand side or the left rib cage, left shoulder towards the left thigh. Arms up and away from the body. Inhale, releasing the arms, coming all the way up. And exhale, planting the hands. Stepping back and lowering down. Option to drop the knees. Inhale, lengthening the front of the body. Low Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, back through tabletop and rolling over the toes, downward facing dog. And taking a few breaths here. We're going to do that one more time each side, but we're going to move with the breath. So it will happen, it will take less time to get through, but we're not rushing through it. Okay, so we're still moving with a nice slow breath. Inhale, looking up towards your hands, stepping the right foot forward. Just making sure you have a nice strong foundation before you come up. Reaching the arms back behind you, squeezing the shoulder blades. Inhale, coming all the way up, reaching the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bending into the elbows, taking one full breath here. Inhale, reaching the arms back behind you, interlacing the fingers, lifting the chest. And exhale, lowering the chest forward. Humble warrior. Inhale, nice and slowly, coming all the way up, reaching your arms up. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping straight back into downward facing dog. Well done. One more round. Left side. Inhale, looking forward, stepping the left foot forward. Just taking a moment, making sure you have a nice strong foundation. Lifting the chest, bringing the arms back behind you. Inhale, coming all the way up. Well done. Exhale, bending into the elbows, cactus arms. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, reaching the arms behind you, lifting the chest. And exhale, dropping the chest down. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Really keeping the feet nice and rooted, nice and strong. And as you exhale, planting the hands, stepping back into plank and lowering down. Remember, you can drop the knees. Pointing the toes, lifting the chest, low cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Well done. Taking a couple of moments to catch your breath. Bringing the awareness back into the body. Noticing your energy. Any sensations in the legs, the shoulders. Inhale, looking forward, walking or stepping the feet together, half lift. Exhale, fold, hugging the back of the legs, tucking the chin. Inhale, bending the knees, sweeping the fingertips, Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, Tadasana, come to standing, well done. Just gently closing the eyes, separating the feet, bringing the hands by the side. Palms facing forward. Maybe noticing a natural meditative moment. Following the efforts of your movement, of your practice. And then opening the eyes. So we're going to come into a little bit of a balance sequence. So just keep the feet separate. And you're shifting the weight a little bit more onto the left foot. So I'm just going to show you from the side here. So from here, you're bringing your palms to, start off in the middle so you can see me. You're bringing your palms to your chest, bending into your right knee and keeping the right foot flexed. So you can stay here. There are a few different options, or you can bring your left hand to your left hip and then bring your right hand to your knee, but you're squeezing the knee up towards the chest. So I'll show you from the side. You're trying to keep the upper body upright, bringing the knee up towards the chest, dropping the shoulders down, keeping the right foot flexed. You can stay here, or you can bring your first two fingers around your big toe and lift the chest, staying here with the knee bent, or begin to lengthen the leg. If you feel that your upper body is rounding, just keep the knee bent. So this depends on your hamstrings and your hip flexors. Releasing the foot wherever you are, trying to keep the foot up, and then bringing your hands back to your chest, gently bringing the left leg back, the right leg back behind you, bending into the left knee and dropping the right toes down. Well done. So from here, bringing the right heel down, coming into warrior two. So your left toes are towards the short edge of the mat. The outer edge of your right foot is towards the other side of the mat. So bringing your arms to shoulder level, looking over your left middle finger. Inhale, exhale, just lengthening the left leg, taking a breath in, inhale. And as you exhale, reaching towards the left-hand side, bringing the left hip back, hinging at the hip, and bringing the left hand down onto the left leg. Keeping the arms in line and the right shoulder open, maybe looking up towards the right thumb. So we're keeping length on both sides of the body here. This is Trikonasana triangle pose. Well done, one more breath. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Exhale, just stepping your feet together, bringing your hands together in front of your chest. Closing your eyes, taking a few breaths. And doing the same on the left side, so we're separating our feet. Shifting the weight onto the right foot, you can keep your hands together in front of the chest or bringing your hands to your waist. You're bending into your left knee, bringing your knee to about hip height, flexing the left foot. If you can, you're lifting the left knee a little bit higher than your hip. Stay here, or maybe bring your left hand to the front of the left knee, bringing the knee up towards the chest. You might start to feel a sensation stretch into the back of the hip here. Staying here, or maybe interlacing the fingers around the big toe, but keep the chest lifted. You might keep the knee bent, otherwise you're lengthening the left leg. Two more breaths. If you're holding onto your foot, just bringing releasing your foot, bringing your knee back down, and then keeping your hands either on your waist or to your chest. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're leaning forward, sending the left leg back. Nice, quiet step back. Well done. So coming into warrior two, bending into your right knee. You're dropping the left foot down, left toes towards the long edge of the mat. Bringing your arms to shoulder level, looking over your right middle finger. Smooth, steady breathing here in Virabhadrasana B, warrior two. Imagine that you're pushing down onto two ledges here. Engaging underneath of your arms, your lats. Inhale, lengthening your right leg. Exhale, reaching towards the right hand side, really bringing your right hip back. Hinging at the hip, bringing your right hand down onto your right leg. Maybe looking up towards your left hand. Again, keeping the space on both sides of the body. You're twisting the chest up towards the ceiling. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Exhale, just bending into the knees, stepping the feet together at the top of the mat, bringing the hands back to your heart. Or down by your side, hands facing forward, returning to your normal breath. Eyes gently closed. So going through a vinyasa, inhale, bending the knees, sweeping the fingertips, Utkatasana or chair pose. We're tucking the tailbone here. Exhale, folding over bent knees, really hugging the body and tucking the chin. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping back into plank and lowering down, keeping the elbows close to the body, nice and slowly. Inhale as you lift the front of the body, looking up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward, stepping the feet together, half lift. And exhale as you fold. Inhale, sweeping the fingertips, bending the knees, Utkatasana chair pose. So we're holding here for a few breaths. So in chair pose, make sure you can see your first two toes. If not, bring your knees back slightly. You're squeezing your ankles, your knees, and your inner thighs as close together as you can. Tucking your tailbone, drawing the navel back towards the spine, sitting down to the pose. If your shoulders are a little bit tight, you can bring your arms a little bit wider. Two more breaths. And from here, keeping the arms where they are, but you're coming up onto your toes, squeezing the calves and the thighs, the ankles together, and then slowly bending the knees, dropping the hips all the way down. Maybe hovering on the toes, see how you get on. And sitting back down on the mat, you have the option to roll back down onto the heels, dropping onto the sit bones. Well done. Okay, so lengthening the legs out. Just shifting the weight onto the sit bones, fleshing out the sit bones, keeping the legs out nice and long, pulling the toes back towards you, but pushing out through the base of the big toe. Bringing your hands by your side, shoulders are up, back and down, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, lifting the chest, lengthening the back of the neck as you look down towards your feet. 3 more breaths. On your next inhale, raise your arms. Exhale as you fold forward. You can just slightly walk the hips back, sending the chin and the chest forward, bringing your hands down onto your legs. Okay, inhale, taking a breath in and lifting the chest, drawing the shoulders back and down. And as you exhale, you fold forward. So you might walk your hands further down your legs, keeping them wherever they feel comfortable. Maybe hooking the first 2 fingers around the big toes. So just be mindful that you're keeping the back nice and straight. So at the moment, my hamstrings are quite tight. So as I try to fold forward, I start to round my spine. So I'm just going to keep my chest lifted. But lengthen out the back of the neck as you tuck your chin. And then from here, to feel a nice deep stretch into the lower back, you can kind of relax your hands down onto your legs. And then allow your spine to round this time. And we're tucking our chin down towards the chest. So allowing your head to be completely heavy. Imagine that you're trying to get the top of the head down towards the knees or the shins. The closer you get your chin towards the chest, the deeper the stretch into the lower back and hips. Inhale, just sliding the hands off the legs. Well done. So coming into Shavasana A, you're bending into your right knee, opening your right knee out to the side, and bringing the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh, keeping the left foot nice and flexed. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, twisting slightly and folding over the left leg. Again, bringing your hands down to wherever are comfortable. Inhale as you lift the chest, drawing the shoulders back. And exhale, fold. You might be able to hold on to the foot here. Think about bringing the chin down towards the chin before the chin towards the shin before you lengthen the back of your neck. Notice if you feel a deeper sensation on the right hand side of the back body, maybe coming into the right hip. Back of the left leg. One more full breath. Inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale, releasing the hands down. So keeping the knees or the legs as they are, you're just going to open the body to the side. So try to keep the left leg where it is. You're almost opening the body towards maybe a corner in your room, and then scooping the right foot back towards you again. So bringing your left hand down onto your left leg and your right hand by your side, just allowing your left hand to slide down the left leg. Ending into the elbow, you might rest the elbow on the shin, or you can bring the elbow to the inside of the leg down towards the ground. So from here, just make sure you open the right shoulder. You can keep your right fingertips stretching away from the body, or up towards the ceiling, or reaching up and over the right ear. You're almost using the left elbow as a lever to open the right shoulder again. 2 more breaths, well done. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up. And just bringing the body back into the center, bringing the knee into the center, lengthening out the right leg. So we'll do the same on the left side. You're bending into the left knee, planting the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Keeping the right toes back towards you. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale, twisting slightly and folding over the right leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest, drop the shoulders. And exhale, fold. Again, chin towards your shin. Lengthening out the back of the neck as you tuck the chin down. And you might notice a difference between one side of the body and the other, so just becoming aware of those subtleties in the body. And one more breath into the chest and the back body here. Inhale, lifting all the way up with the arms. Exhale. Sorry, bringing the hands down, I'll switch over. So opening the hips, facing kind of a diagonal part of the room, or maybe the diagonal side of your mat, and scooping the left foot in towards the body. So bringing the right hand down onto the right leg, and slowly sliding the right hand down. Bending into the elbow, either resting the forearm down on the leg, or you can bring it to the inside of the right leg. And then wherever you are, you're using it as a lever to open the chest, opening the left shoulder. And then you're reaching the left fingertips away from the body, maybe up towards the ceiling. And maybe all the way over the left ear, but soften the shoulder away from the ear. So if this is too much in your lower back, you can just come back up, resting the elbow down on your thigh, and keep the chest open, maybe lift the fingers up. Okay, so only doing what feels comfortable for you this evening. If this feels a little bit uncomfortable in your neck, you can look down towards the ground. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, coming back into the center, and releasing the left leg. So from here, coming into Upavishtakanasana, which is just wide leg forward fold. So hopefully you can see me still. Okay, so bringing the feet out nice and wide. If you have space, I just thought of that there, people mightn't have space, so just do the best you can. If you have to turn away from the camera, that's okay. And bring the toes back towards you. Again, you're pushing out through the base of the big toe. So from here, you're lifting the chest, drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, and bringing your hands down onto your thighs. And then slowly leaning forward, sliding the hands down the legs. If you start to feel a little bit stuck again, you can kind of walk the hips back, maybe bring the feet a little bit closer towards each other. And if that's comfortable for you, you can bend the elbows, resting the elbows on the shins or the legs. Otherwise, you can bring the hands out in front of you, press down into the palms. And if you really want to, you can bring the hands down, holding onto the ankles, or first 2 fingers around the big toes. So wherever you are, taking a breath in, lengthen the spine, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down. And as you exhale, fold forward. Taking 5 to 6 breaths here. So as we compress the tummy or the belly here, find the space in the chest and the upper back and breathe in and out of that space. Two more breaths. Inhale, slowly coming all the way up. Exhale, bending into the knees, maybe one at a time. And bringing your knees together. So before we lie down on our back, just coming into Navasana, which is boat pose. So doing a couple of drills here in boat pose. So both pose. I'm flying up my words tonight. So fleshing the sit bones, just feeling your sit bones here and then slightly rolling to the back of the sit bones. So make sure you don't roll onto the tailbone. And then coming onto your toes, squeezing the knees, ankles, everything together here. And then from here, you're lifting the feet off the ground. This time we're going to flex the feet. Okay, so lifting the knees or lifting the feet until you think you have roughly a 90-degree angle here. And then from here, you're going to keep the left knee bent and lengthen the right leg up. That might be quite hard on the hip flexors. So if you need to drop the chest back, do. Bending into the right knee, lifting the left leg. Might be easier to let go of the legs as well. Try and squeeze the chest towards the thighs. So just taking your time, one leg at a time. So these are really good if you have an issue with both pose for your hip flexors here. One more each leg and we're done. Well done. Crossing the ankles, planting the hands or the fists, lifting up and just releasing the lower back. So we'll just take Navasana one more time with the regular Navasana. So fleshing the sit bones, bending the knees. Tiptoeing the feet back towards you, squeezing the knees towards the chest and just rolling slightly to the back of the sit bones. Squeeze the shoulder blades. You can keep the feet down if this hurts your lower back. Otherwise, you're lifting your feet, pointing the toes this time, releasing the hands. Taking 5 breaths here. If you're really flexible in your hip flexors, you might be able to lengthen the legs. I find that really tough. Two more breaths. Well done. Inhale, exhale, crossing the ankles, planting the hands or the fists, and lifting up, releasing the back. Okay, when you're ready, just lying down on your back. So you'll come into a nice twist here to release the lower back. So just lengthen your left leg and interlace your fingers around the front of the right shin, squeezing the right knee in towards the stomach or the chest. And then from here, bring the right knee across the body all the way down onto the ground on the left side. So keeping the right shoulder open. It's okay if it doesn't reach the ground. Maybe bringing your arms out wide if you have space. If not, coming into cactus arms. Two more breaths. Slowly unraveling back into the center. And lengthening the right leg, bending into the left knee, squeezing the left knee up towards you. And when you're ready, slowly bringing the left knee all the way over. So you can kind of shift the right hip back, coming onto the right side of the body to try and get the left knee down onto the ground. If it doesn't come all the way down, that's fine as well. You might look over the left shoulder. Slowing down the practice down. Two more breaths. And inhale, slowly coming back into the center. So from here, rolling through a vinyasa, option to cross the ankles, rolling over the spine. And you can do that a few times, massaging at the back. Otherwise, you're just bringing yourself up into the seated position. If you're rolling over, you're crossing at the ankles, planting the hands, taking your time, stepping back into plank. So again, we'll take this nice and slow. Inhale and plank. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Gently shifting the hips from left to right. Just doing whatever feels comfortable for you here to release the hips, release the lower back. When you're ready, looking up towards your hands and just coming down into a seated position, crossing at the ankles. So just feeling the weight down into the sit bones. You have the option to bring the hands down onto the knees, palms facing down, resting on the legs. Or you can rest the back of the hands on the legs, palms facing up. So whichever position you're in, making sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Lifting through the crown of the head, keeping your eyes gently closed. And tucking the chin down towards the chest. Smooth, steady breathing. Keeping everything nice and soft. Even though your spine is nice and long, you're allowing your muscles and your bones to relax into the ground. Letting go of all the tension and tightness in the body. So moving into a yogic deep breath. So it's a 3-part breath. So as you inhale, feel your tummy expand. And exhale, tummy falls back down. Inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands. Exhale, rib cage falls, tummy falls. Inhale, filling your tummy, your rib cage. Notice your upper chest lift. Exhale, your upper chest falls, rib cage releases, tummy falls. As you inhale, you're filling up with prana, breath, energy. And as you exhale, releasing completely, letting go. So just sitting here with your eyes gently closed, following your breath. And in a few moments, I am going to sing the green Tara mantra. So again, you can just listen or join in. You can stay sitting up or you can lie back down into Shavasana. So if you are not singing and you want to just listen, maybe think of one thing from today or maybe over the last week that you want to let go of. It could be a feeling or emotion, a thought. And as you listen to the mantra, just allow that to hopefully slowly be released in some way. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tore, Soha. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tore, Soha. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tore, Soha Om Tare Tu Tare Ture 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 Soha. So wherever you are, whether you are sitting or lying down, allow each part of your body to soften into the ground. Toning the parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest. Allowing the body to feel safe and in a restful state. Sinking down to the ground. Keeping the space around your heart open and soft. Softening your stomach and your shoulders. allowing your breath to deepen. Noticing the rise and fall of your stomach and your chest. As you inhale, bringing your feet together, pointing your toes, stretching your arms above your head. All over body stretch. As you exhale, bending into your knees. Rolling onto your right hand side. Keep your eyes softly closed. Slowly coming up to a seated position. So as slowly as you can, keeping your eyes gently closed if you can. And bringing your hands together in front of your chest. Shoulders up, back and down, sitting up nice and tall. And closing this evening's class with one Om and 3 Shantis. Inhale if you're joining in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Rubbing your hands together, creating heat, energy, also called prana. And just cupping your energized hands over your closed eyes, allowing your face to just gently tilt towards your hands. Taking a few deep breaths here. Inhale through your nose. As you slowly exhale, blinking your eyes open, bringing your hands down to your chest. Namaste. Thank you. Thanks so much for joining this evening. So just take your time, drink lots of water,